So you probably want to achieve great things. You want to get the girls, you want to get the grades, you want to achieve your goals and become rich and famous. And you think to yourself, but I'm doing all the right things, so I should actually get the goals, right? Are you actually doing the right things, or do you think you're just doing the right things? Number one, you will have to have a real reason and a burning desire. So the thing is, you can have many reasons that you want to get jacked, right? But you need to have a solid, hardcore reason that applies to your personal life. If you just say, oh, I'm gonna get jacked because I see like this guy on YouTube, a body transformation video, that's so cool, I want to do that too. When the times get hard, you're just being like, oh, I don't want to do it because I just saw it on YouTube and I don't want to go work out today because I'm bored and it's hard and I don't want to go through pain. But when you have a real reason and a burning desire, like let's say a chubby kid who's been insecure about his weight for a long time, and he just wants to get girls and he feels like he's inadequate to get them because all the attractive girls, they all like the guys with the six packs and the good physiques and everything. That kid is going to have more motivation, more discipline, and more willpower to go to the gym because he has a real solid reason to become more attractive, to get in the gym so he can lose weight and feel more confident in himself, so he can attract more girls. And he has a burning desire. The burning desire is to get girls, is to feel more confidence. It's not just that you saw a random body transformation on YouTube and oh, that's so cool. He has a burning desire. He has a real applicable reason in his life to start changing. He wants to change so he can be able to play with his friends. He wants to change so he can get a good girl. He wants to change so he can feel more confident. Wants to change so he can have a better self-esteem. He has real reasons and he has a burning desire to get it. That's the first step. Number two, you need to sacrifice for what you want. There's a saying that I try to drill into myself every single day of my life. And that is, if you do not sacrifice for what you want will inevitably become the sacrifice. So basically, if you don't sacrifice for what you want, the thing that you wanted will never be achieved. You won't get what you want because you're not sacrificing for it. So let's say you wanted to get a good grade, but instead you're scrolling on TikTok. You're not going to get a good grade because you're just scrolling on TikTok. You didn't sacrifice for it. The sacrifice comes when you want to do something else, when you would rather scroll on TikTok, but no, you sacrifice the TikTok in order to study. You sacrifice yourself right now for yourself in the future. You sacrifice now so that you will get a better grade later. You don't scroll on TikTok, you sacrifice the TikTok in order to study so you can get a better grade. If you do not sacrifice for what you want will become the sacrifice. So if you don't sacrifice for what your main goal is, then you're not going to achieve it because you're not working hard enough for it and you're not giving everything up that is holding you back to get to that main goal. Number three, you need to learn properly how to focus. Now this is something that I'm dealing with too, so don't worry. Everyone deals with how to focus, right? But the three main things that helped me improve focus from a little ADHD kid to now where I can actually work for an hour and a half without getting distracted or anything are three main things: meditation, lowering my stimulation, and getting into more focused driving activities. So the first one is meditation. I've talked about it many times on my channel, so I'm just going to go through it very briefly. So meditation allows you to focus on your breath. So when you breathe in and out, you're focusing on your breath. So when you focus on your breath, you become more mindful of your thoughts. So when you're working, anytime you realize that you're thinking, you can just come back to the present and you can go back to work. You can use that same focus, use the meditation to focus on your work. Number two, doing more focused driving activities. So like reading, journaling, that requires a lot of focus. But the more you can start to read, the more you can write, longer you can meditate for. That requires more focus. So what you got to do is progressively overload the focus over time. So let's say you only meditate for 30 seconds today. That's the focus, right? That's your limited amount of focus. Next week, go for a minute. And then in a few months, you're at 10 minutes because you progressively overloaded. You added more minutes of focus each and every single time. If you want to learn how to focus, meditate, do more focused driving activities, and lowering your stimulation. Because when you are stimulated through phones, through music, through etc., through a lot of things that have a lot of stimulation in our day and age right now, when we have that stimulation, that makes our mind frantic. When your mind is intense, when your mind's going through an intense emotional state, like how it is when it's overstimulated, that allows your mind to not want to do the work. It would rather be doing anything else but work because you triggered the release of dopamine. you trigger the release of dopamine and you're overstimulated your system. So when you trigger the release of dopamine and when you overstimulate yourself, that causes your mind to not do anything other than get more dopamine. So in order to be able to focus, you need to lower that dopamine stream. You need to lower the stimulation. Number 4, practice good habits and have patience. So I've gone over good habits. So good habits are basically all the things that are beneficial for your life. So exercise, eating a healthy diet, meditating, gratitude journaling, going in cold showers, cold exposure, making your bed, cleaning, being more organized. Those are all good habits, right? But the thing I want to key into is having patience. Nothing great comes easy and nothing great comes fast. I wish it did. Everyone wishes it did, because we've been brought up with, oh, get rich quick and do all these fancy things in 5 minutes. But you need to condition yourself, like I'm having to condition myself all over again, to realize nothing great comes easy and nothing great comes fast. So once you start to realize that nothing great comes fast, that is when you're going to make more progress. Because you extended your timeline. It's not like, oh, I'm going to gain $5,000 trillion in a year. I'm going to make $10,000 a month online in the next 5 years. Not this year, not next year, in the next 5. You have patience. And that's how you're going to get what you want. Do the hard work, not so later. Like, subscribe. If you comment down below if you need more clarification on the topics. And as always, soon!